Understood, understood. Let's talk for a moment now about leadership. It seems like organizations themselves have a role in this, and I'm wondering, what role does leadership play in each of these organizations? Is there a tie-in there or a connection point that we can talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. And I did touch on it a little bit, the tone at the top.
Yeah.
Right. So, being parents, I'm a parent, right? And those who are out there who are parents, they understand this. Your kids are always watching you. So if you're a leader of an organization, not necessarily saying they're your kids, but they're watching every move that leaders are making, right? So if they see, hey, the leader of our company or the leader of our organization is bought into this, that's the first step, right? And that's very, very important, because without it, it just falls upon deaf ears, right? The other part leadership plays in that is they are the ones that can be the biggest cheerleaders, right? And that trickles down into the workforce, through your company. So leadership is very important in this whole conversation, right? Because if you are bought in and you're cheerleading about it, you're going to put the resources behind it to support it, right? So now your HR organization has the tools, they have the resources to go out and establish a program, so to speak, right, around this, or develop initiatives that support this. Yeah.
Understood, understood. Okay, so we've talked about tone, we've talked about leadership's role. So a leader comes to you and says, Jermaine, I'm interested in promoting more DEI in our organization, specifically as it relates to cybersecurity. What are the critical components that you would articulate to that leader that are super successful for a successful DEI-based program that will help start to push these initiatives?
Yeah, absolutely. So we know many companies have thrown a lot of money at this whole thing since the early days of COVID. But there are some key components there, right? You got to have a game plan or a roadmap of what you want to do, right? So one of the first things I say to folks to help, when I say folks, leaders, to help them manage their expectations, is you're talking about a culture shift, change, organizational change per se. We know that, you and I know, that takes time. So expecting something to change in 1 year, probably not highly likely. I say to folks that I talk to, these different leaders, 3 to 5 years. 5 years for sure, you'll start to see the changes that you've implemented, say, 5 years previous, because it just takes time to sink in.